when you hear what I've got to say, I'm sure you won't be able to turn your head away.
All right, we're back with another episode of The Concrete. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, liking, subscribing. You feel me? And keep tuning in. I appreciate y'all. This episode is episode 32. This episode is special because it's a unique story about a basketball player, athlete from around in this area. And he has a unique story. Like everybody's stories is kind of similar, but this story right here is definitely unique. And I'd like to introduce him, Richard Granberry. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me.
You already know. So, if I didn't introduce you well enough, let the people know who you are, man.
Yeah, you did a good job. I'm from Chester, PA. Born and raised Highland Gardens.
Okay. So, what you doing now as far as, like, you still hooping or what's going on? Like,
yeah, currently playing overseas. Going to be my fifth year. Just signed to Argentina.
Okay, so, that's what's up. What's up.
I'm working.
So, you told us where you from. So, as far as your family, how did you grow up? Like, how was your family oriented? Like, how was it?
Just me, my mom, my two sisters. My dad, he was around a little bit, but he was in the streets.
Okay.
But I had my aunts. My aunt had kids and stuff like that. So like it was like in that type of area of my family.
Yeah, and that's definitely understandable around here. I understand that. You feel me? So, who inspired you and your family growing up? Because it's just like, you didn't always like basketball, but who inspired you basically like to make the right choices or just be on the right path?
To be honest, I ain't really had nobody to like look up to. It was a lot of negativity in my family.
Yeah.
Everything bad, like no, like terrible.
I understand.
Terrible,
I know. I definitely understand. Like being from here and being all the pitfalls and everything. I understand that everybody's situation ain't perfect, but you turned your situation into something. So that's why you on here. So, as far as your dreams growing up, like what did you want to do before you start playing sports? Like what did you think you was going to be, or where did you think you was going to land at?
Bro, growing up, I ain't had no dreams. I ain't know what I was gonna do. School, knew I was about to drop out of school. Like, yeah, it was crucial.
Right.
So like, basketball changed my life.
Okay. So what made you start playing basketball?
My cuz, Eric Wright. A lot of people know him in the city. Phenomenal basketball player.
Definitely.
But he always played when he was younger, and I used to go to some of his games. Then when we got to high school, he used to come up to me. He used to always, yo, cuz, come try out. Then next thing I know, I end up going to a tryout, and then left, went back, and then sitting out there looking through the door, about to leave again. Then the coach came up to me and it was on for there.
Oh, all right. So he told you basically get in here, just stop watching from the outside.
Yeah, fact.
So like, when you was doing it, you was a little scared, you was a little timid because it wasn't something you was familiar at all. Like,
nah, it was definitely scary and like bad anxiety. Like my first time being on the court, like playing in front of people. Like I never played no type of sports ever, and never had I like thought about playing a sport. So
right.
It was like a new journey for me.
Right. So before sports, man, like get the people your story before sports. Like if it wasn't for sports, like what was you doing before sports? Like if sports didn't come into your life, where do you think you would have been at?
Man, I lost so many friends in the streets. Like before I started hanging around my group of friends now, like just in the streets, just doing whatever.
Right.
Like no positivity at all. Like everybody know how it was and how it is in the Highland Gardens.
Right.
So it was just a bad environment, like from top to bottom.
Definitely. And I feel like anybody from Chester definitely know what you mean. Like when you around so many negative influences and stuff like that, you probably thought basketball was too good to be true when it did come. Like, you probably thought, like, they don't want me to really, like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody really came and got you for something like that.
To this day, like, all this stuff still, like, new to me. Like, I still be, like, surprised of where I'm at and what I accomplished. And so it's, to this day, everything just still feel, like, new to me.
Definitely, it's a surreal feeling. I think even looking from the outside and knowing your story and just see how you keep going and keep pushing is definitely different. Right. So all right, your first day at practice, man. Like you said, you left, like you got cold feet, but your first day at practice, when, like, I could say, like, all right, they put you out there. Like, how did it feel? Because a lot of the people that you played with, like, they basketball players and they've been playing for a while. So how did it feel?
It was like, for me, like, I always had heart, like, I always played hard. So that what got me on the team. Like, tryouts was crazy. It was crazy. Like, I wasn't talented at all, but I just outworked everybody on the court. So that, like, if anybody know me seeing me from the beginning of my stages of hooping, they always knew I had a motor and I worked hard and I outworked anybody.
Right.
And I ain't care about nothing. Like, you're not about to bully me, you're not about to do nothing. And we can go however you wanted to go.
Right. And I think one unique thing about you, like, that, it's like, I know we always teach people, like, don't worry about who they playing against. But in your situation, like, you was playing against top talent in the country and you didn't even know who they was. You was just going out there and hooping. So that's a different, like, you just approached it differently than everybody else. A lot of these kids, and when we was growing up, like, we knew who we was playing against. So when you stepped between the line, it's just like, I don't know who he is and he don't know who I am. So I definitely feel that.
No, that's facts.
So you arguably played for the best Chester High team ever. You think y'all was the best, or?
It's talks, but okay. the high, the 08s and all, yeah, it's hard. It's different eras.
Right,
so
definitely
it's
different
hard.
eras.
It's hard. But we definitely one of the best. Definitely one of the best high school
teams ever. Definitely. So, what do you think your role was on that team? Like you said, you're gonna play hard. You're gonna do that. But, like, what you think specifically you was dialed in on? Like,
just being tough. Like, just being tough and outworking everybody. Like,
okay.
If y'all, like, know me, like, I'm grabbing every board. Like, no matter what level, what rank the player is, like, I'm shutting him down, or, like, and I might get me a little couple garbage buckets, whatever, in the beginning of my stages. But that was my thing. I'm just.
You gonna hustle. You're gonna do whatever nobody don't want to do.
I'm doing the dirty work.
Definitely. I feel that, and it's like some people don't even, like, some people in your role, you didn't know basketball, so that role just was naturally for you. I'm gonna be the tough guy. I'm gonna be the bruiser. I'm gonna be the person that do all the hard work, get the rebound, stuff like that. And sometimes that's hard for people to understand, but you understood it quickly, so that's tough. So us being from Chester, a tough city, man. And I know one thing about it, like, when we get some success or something like that, it's not on purpose, I don't think, but, like, stuff around us try to pull us back into the negative thing. So what stopped you from going back to the negative? Like, once you got on that team and seeing what you could do with it, or seeing what you was doing, what made you not go back to your old life?
When I first started, I was still in between of doing my stuff on the side and the basketball stuff, but it was, like, more so my group of friends. So it was like Day, you, Remy, like, everybody. It was like I'm in between of hanging with them and then hanging with my other group of friends.
Right.
So it was like, over time, it was just like I start, like, going to the right direction, like, hanging with y'all more. Like, so then after that, the school stuff started,
it
like,
just came
picking up.
Yeah, it just came naturally after that. Yeah. So I feel that. So when did you figure out, like when was the game or the moment you be like, yo, I actually love this? Like, I didn't know what I was doing before, but I love it now. Like, when was that? Because I know you, and I know, like, you an emotional person, you get hype, but when did you be like, yo, I'm actually good at this?
I would say my 11th grade year. Then we start, like, and then we start traveling, like, and stuff like that. And like then everybody start like coming up to me, and I start seeing like start getting hella love from people and all of that. So it was just like it just had me shocked. I'm like,
you're not used to it.
Never like to this day. I still be like that. Like it's still surreal.
That's tough. That's a crazy situation for a person that never had that before and never knew what he want to do. But finally something. You ain't the best at it, but it's just like, all right. Like I like what this come with.
Yeah.
So I feel that. So how did, when you played basketball and start being good at it, how did it affect the rest of your family? Because like you said, you came from a family where it wasn't a lot of positive stuff like that. But when you started playing basketball, did the positive you was doing like branch off to your family or get them motivation to do other things or anything like that, you think?
Somewhat, but it's still like the Chester mindset. Like I fought for my first couple years in college. I fought that like the Chester mindset of being closed-minded, thinking one way. So it's like it's hard for my success and the trickle down for them to change, because it's from what I'm seeing.
Right.
I'm seeing and I'm going different places and being around different people, having different conversations. So that's why I don't think that it brands down how I would want it to. And like when I come home, I always try to have conversations with my family and my friends, y'all, like type stuff. So like, but not really, because the Chester mindset is just like,
I definitely feel that.
Crazy.
But I'm saying, as far as like, all right, like at one point in your life, like you said you was never playing sports. Like I don't know what that feel like. I played sports all my life, but I know that it had to be different for you telling your mom and dad, like, nah, come see me play. Like I'm hooping now, come see me play. Like what was that conversation like for them though? Like, you get what I'm saying? Because they like, you ain't never played sports or nothing.
My first, probably for the first few months, I ain't tell nobody I was hooping.
It was a secret.
Nobody knew I was on a high team. Nothing. Like nobody knew nothing. Like I'm nervous. I'm shy. Like
you don't even know how to explain.
I used to call like hands. Like every time I'm on the court, I can't catch the ball. Like I was so nervous. Like anxiety used to be so crazy for me. Like when I started playing, so I ain't telling nobody.
It was kind of a secret. Yeah, it was. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Like you said like you wasn't used to it. You ain't even know how to have that conversation with somebody. So I feel that. So, what made you choose junior college? Like, what was that? What went into that choice going to junior college?
It was more so of my grades, GPA, just from like, I also want to tap into like the school stuff. Like, I was not focused in school, not going to school, like stuff like that. I was missing hundreds of days. This before
basketball.
Before basketball, missing 100-some days. My freshman year, failing, coming back. Then that's when the basketball stuff happened. So it just was crazy from there.
So you feel like you like you went to junior college, but you went to junior college because you just got a late start at what you was doing.
It was like basically like the credits and all. I mean, the GPA and all that was just so hard for me to get in school, and
right.
So I just got an opportunity to go to junior college in Florida,
right.
College of Central Florida, and then messed that up. Crazy.
How you messed that up?
Just like taking a young black man from the hood and then put him in Florida. He got his own apartment. He getting paid. He getting a couple dollars like each semester, and just partying. So just like I'm just partying, not focused on school. So that just set me back. Like I ended up having a medical withdrawal because of health situations and stuff like that, and which helped me because I really failed that year.
Right.
So yeah, it was an eye opener for me that year, my freshman year.
And I feel like us being from Chester, sometimes that's a culture shock. Like you said, you never played sports before. Now you at to a point where you playing on a college level, and you going out there with nobody. You going out there meeting new people. Ain't nobody telling you to get up for school. Ain't nobody telling you to do the things you need to do, and you just living a life.
Right.
So I definitely feel like sometimes kids growing up from here, like sometimes we can definitely get too too caught up in the lifestyle rather than putting the work in and doing what we supposed to do off the court so we can be at the next level. And I think like for you to acknowledge that, like where you could have been if you'd have been serious and taking it serious. Exactly. So I definitely feel how you experience was like that's naturally supposed to happen.
Right.
So what you think was the difference between high school and college 32? What was the difference? What was the difference there?
Chester High. Like I can't, like, for me, like there's a lot of talk saying that like they hold players back. Like they limited players, like as in for us, as in big like me, Tavon, and a couple other bigs. Like right now we not no big men. So it's like to put us in a box and just have us playing in a post, everybody it talks that it's bad, but for me, I was okay with it. Yeah. So but from high school and then I got to college, it was like a more open field for me. So it was like and I'm a sponge when it comes to the basketball stuff. Like I'm not a big watch basketball 24/7 or really know like everything about it. That's just not me.
Right, you play between the lines.
Yeah, I'm still not that to this day. So, but once I got to college, it was just like they just letting me just try different stuff, and like so then I'm just picking up so fast. So then I became a face up. Like I wasn't back to the basket no more. So now I'm shooting the ball, which in high school I probably took like 5 jump shots my whole career. Right. And so
I definitely feel that, like, cause you like saying you playing in high school and saying you playing in college, you would never think it's the same person. So like when you was in college and tell people like, yo, I just started playing basketball 10th grade. Like they probably looking at you like, what? Like you just started playing basketball at 10th grade. Like some people might take that like he's lying, but like for you, it's just like you could tell once they probably seen you on the court, they could tell like, yeah, like he just going extra hard. He don't care about like the other little stuff that a basketball player would care about if they've been playing their whole life or something like that. So I definitely feel that. So like when you was in college, you went to junior college, but what looks did you have after that? Like, cause that was only a stepping stone to go somewhere else. And you said you medical discharged from there, but like.
All right, so after that, after my first year, when in Florida, I ended up sitting out a year because of my my credits and stuff. It was bad, so I couldn't get into school. Right. So I started working, and then I was taking little classes at Delaware County. And then like that was just crucial for me. Like that was an eye opener. Just like I just started praying after a while. Like yo, just give me one more chance for this basketball stuff. Like I was locked in. Like I'm catching 2 buses to Delaware County on my days off from work, and then going to work every single day. Like so after that, like it was a lot.
So you saying that situation right there basically turned your grind up even more because it's just like yo, I just had everything at the palm of my hands and I just played this sweet basically. Right. And now come back down here.
And then after that, I went to a school just called me out the blue. Neosho is in Kansas, and they was talking to me, trying to get me to come out there, but I'm just like, bro, I'm not eligible. Like, if you can get me eligible, then I'll come. Play, yeah. So then after that, once I got there, I locked all the way in. I got out there a couple weeks early. I'm grinding. Like, then when preseason started, every drill that I did, like, I won. Like, no matter who won, like anybody. Any drill, run-ins, like anything we did, like weight room, like whatever we did, I'm first. Like, I was locked in from top to bottom that year.
I definitely feel that. So, you talked about how you was on the court, but like I remember you saying that junior college, like your grades, you was playing and stuff like that. So how did that change when you got down there, as far as your grades and everything?
That was
learning how to do that.
That was crazy. Like that was crazy because that year. I had to like double up on classes, so I was in my first semester when I got to Kansas. I was in 7 classes. Wow! I was in 7 classes, and then second semester, and I was on the dean's list too.
Okay, I see what's going on.
Then the second semester, I was in 9 classes. I had to like really go to the president of the school to
get
them
him
to
to
sign
sign
off on it
Yeah.
because it was like it's too many classes. Like I don't know how you're gonna do it. So that was like that year was so crucial for me because I was so locked in on the basketball tip, but I still had to like go crazy in the schoolwork.
Right.
So, but it was so much for me because I had no time off for real. And like I was really depressed. Like it got to a point where like I ain't want to work out, I ain't want to ball no more because it was just like I got so much work. I'm just every day I'm just work. Basketball work is like no break. So
and I'm guessing the thing that woke you up and got you out of that depressive mood is just like I could be depressed here or I can be depressed at home.
facts.
Like it's easy to pick one.
Yeah.
I just know it is.
So it was crazy, but I overcame it, and like it taught me a lot. Like it built me as a person, as a man, like in so many ways. So
right.
Yeah.
Like, we always need that something to bring us back to reality
Right.
or just humble us a little bit.
Right.
Like we all need that. So man, I know like you did a lot of winning like in your college, high school career, stuff like that. So how did it finally feel to walk on a college campus at Virginia State? Like how did that feel after all the hard work and everything? All right, I ain't get D1, but you a person, you wasn't even looking at D1 or anything like that. You was looking to just get somewhere and just show your talent. So how did that feel?
Nah, when I left Neosho, I had a couple. I had some D1 mid D1s like Robert Morris and North Carolina Central, and it was like it would have been a lot more, but my credits was I was still behind in credits from even though I took all them classes.
Right.
And then like the D1s were trying to have me take more summer classes, but I would have to take out loans.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not about to be in debt. Like I know me. So wherever I go, I'm gonna kill. So I'm like, I just told them I'm not going D1. I'm gonna go D2.
Right.
And I end up having over 30 something D2 offers.
Right.
Like 4 scholarships.
Right. And when you got to Virginia State, it was kind of different because now you're in a different situation and it's like you actually know what you're doing now. Like you actually practice this stuff, you know what you're doing. It ain't high school no more, and you actually a star on this team. So how did that feel, knowing that you played for one of the best high school teams in the country and you wasn't a star on the team, you was just a person that do everything that's asked of them, but then you go to a team where everything asked of you and you the guy. Just to touch back to the Neosho, like I built that mindset to be ready for that type of confidence.
Yeah, that confidence and stuff like that. So going on to Virginia State, it was just more so of like picking my college was more so of I don't care about who on a team or like like how people get recruited, they be is I'm starting or is this or what I'm gonna get or like what's my no, I ain't asking none of that. Like for me it was like more so like I learned that I play my best when I got a good coach. Right. So that was my whole thing. When I got on campus, I went in the gym. I ain't even practice with them. I was chilling with the coach. Like we just vibing. Mm-hmm. Like he take me around campus all the time.
Trying to catch a feel for him.
Yeah. So like, but when our first game, he ain't start me at nothing. So I'm just like, all right. I'm like, all right, he got it. So I get in, and then we was playing a D1. Mm-hmm. So Norfolk State. Mm-hmm. So we first game he ain't start me. The next minute I get in, I murdered. Mm-hmm. Like and got the N1 dunk to win the game, everything. Like then after that I was starting for the rest of my career.
Yeah, that woke him up.
Yeah.
So and it's probably like that situation, like that's why I said your story unique, because you're a person to whereas like just like you said, you don't care about who on your team, you don't care, like you not about to do no homework on you, like unless we some film study or something like that. I don't care who I'm playing against, I don't care who on the team, I'm gonna go out here and work hard. And that's what a lot of people, I feel like if everybody from or where we from had that, like a lot of people will be where they want to be, like just to have that selflessness of knowing that like I'm gonna do me and I'm not gonna worry about who I'm playing against, I'm not gonna worry about what the next man doing, I'm gonna just do me. So that's tough. But so now that you're a pro overseas doing something you love, man, all that hard work, being depressed, all of going to school, all of figuring out how you gonna get money, stuff like that. Like, how does it feel now to know you went through all that stuff and like you could have been totally different from how you are now?
To this day, bro, I always still tell people, like, it's still surreal to me. Like, I still be surprised where I'm at in life, period. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
It's just like, I lost a lot of friends, and I got a lot of friends that's in jail and stuff like that. It's just like, it feel like I'm living somebody else's dream. Because I never wanted none of this.
Right.
So it's just like, but the overseas, like now, I love it. I love the overseas life. I love traveling, see the world.
Mm-hmm.
I meet so many people. Like, so the overseas life is love, but it still have its downsides, in which a lot of people don't really know about.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like, when you over there, you got your OGs that played over there 10, 15 years, and like when you before the game, they ask you like how you're mental and how, like, because it's you really can mess up. You really can, your head can really get messed up over there. And like, for me to survive over there, I had to put myself in a different state of mind to like not really talk to people when I'm over there. Because if I miss people, that's just gonna mess me up mentally, and I won't be prepared to play or be at my highest point.
Right. I definitely feel that. Like, you definitely got, like, what you do, you got to lock in. So some people gonna get left out, but you know, like, you got to lock in. So I definitely feel that. So as far as like before playing basketball, what countries did you go to?
None.
All right. That's like, none. That's heavy. Like, I don't like, a lot of people don't understand that.
All my family knew was Ocean City, Maryland. I thought that was Dubai. Now I won't be back to
Ocean City, Maryland. It's over. All right, yeah, I feel that. So a lot of people don't understand that, like, basketball ain't only for people to go to the NBA and stuff like that. Like, you get to see the world.
Thanks.
And you get to see what else out there, and it open your mind up. So that was a great thing for you, I think. So up until this point, how many countries did you play in, like, you think?
Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Denmark twice. Played in Denmark twice. Mexico, Dubai, and then now Argentina.
See, all places. Like, you never picked up a pill, or you feel me? E never told you come in here and start hooping. Like, just all stuff that probably wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So that's tough.
Right.
So as far as, like, we talked about, like, you being depressed, how you was feeling, but so you would, like, give me your lowest point where you was uncomfortable. You told us about certain things, but what do you think the joint where it's just like, where was that moment where you was like, I'm contemplating, like, this not what it is. I might not be ready for this, or this might be for me. Because I know you said that certain situations happen where was it like, yo, it might be over.
Overseas?
Yeah, it might, no, just playing basketball. Yeah, like, you might have just got tired of the politics or going through certain stuff. Like, because you know you had to take the hard way. So
yeah. I never really said it. I never really got to the point that it was over, but I always had somebody that I look like, that I look back and I'd be like, I can't give it up because this person put so much put so much in to me to be great,
right,
to just give it up that easy.
Right.
And it's Megan Scroll. Like, she did so much for me.
Yeah, shout out to Meg, man.
Yeah, she did so much for me to keep me motivated to when I got to my lowest points, I always look back like she didn't even have to do it. It was just off the strength.
Right.
Like, it was just off the strength for her and her husband. Like, they just always just made sure I was good. Right. So like, that just always made me, like, when I got to that point, just like, I can't give it up that easy. Like,
so she basically got you through the tough moments. And it's not even like she don't play basketball. She ain't like, it's just certain, sometimes you need to hear that. Like, I definitely feel she probably was telling you everything you need to hear at that moment. And
it was just more so a love. Like for me growing up, like, I don't tell nobody this, but for me, like, I know my family loved me. but I never felt loved like how I was like
I feel that, bro.
I never felt that, like. And then when I met her and her husband, like, and it wasn't even like them like financially, like it was just more so like the presence of just being there, and like when you down, like having conversations, or it's a lot.
I definitely feel you, and I feel like that's just us being from here, period. I feel like we understand tough love more than like, and it's crazy when we getting older. This when we finally figure it out. Like, yo, like when I was growing up, like my family loved me. Like I feel exactly what you're saying. They love me, but was people asking you how you feel? Was people asking you, like, that's what I'm saying? So those questions definitely, you feel me, mean a lot.
And it's like also just like me just like traveling in the world and just seeing, like, being around different families and how they like together, like like my first year over in Denmark, I was in a host family, which to this day I still talk to them. Like, they call me their bonus son. I got their daughter and son, my little brother, little sister. But like we literally used to like do everything together, like sit at a table and eat dinner.
Like that stuff that matters.
Like that's hard. Like I ain't never do that.
Us, yeah,
like we grab our food from the kitchen and we go we go into the room or something, like.
Right.
But we really every night we making everything from scratch. We cooking together. We laughing, like, and we sit there for hours at the table with no phones, no nothing, just eating and talking. And afterwards, we still sitting there talking, might play some games. It was like on some movie shit for me.
Yeah.
So like,
it's
just by seeing and being around people, like, and seeing how love is so different in like around the world. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
It's definitely different in other countries to see stuff like that, because just like, yo, they really doing it, and it's like, you feel like if you did this at the crib, it'd be kind of awkward because we not used to it.
No, at all. At all.
Definitely feel that. So, man, a lot of people see like professionals play sports and just think it's just basketball and just think it's an easy job because you like to do it. But a lot of people don't know the business and the politics that go into it at your level, being a pro.
Right.
So how do you deal with like all the stuff that come with it?
You just, for real, like, you just gotta have a solid agent. Like, you got a solid agent where his name hold weight, because you gotta look at it as in, like, overseas, when you overseas, the coaches, and they don't know you. Exactly. They just get a highlight tape and your name, and the agent tell them. So the agent just is the plug for it. Right. So if you get a solid agent where he well respected, you're gonna be good for the most part. But then on the other side, like, you gonna be in that country, and then you still gotta handle the business off and on the court. So when it's not going good off the court, that's when you go back to, that's when you gotta try to handle it, and then you call your agent, and he gotta get on the ball. And either they gonna get it right, or he gotta get you out of there, and then get you a job ASAP. Right. Another one. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that, like, just overseas different. Like, you could be playing in one country today and playing in a different country tomorrow just because of a disagreement,
or
not getting paid just because of a disagreement.
Yeah. I went a couple. When I played in Brazil, it was crazy for me because they play like the nice role, as in like everything is cool, talk to you, but in the background
it's different.
It's different because they telling you that you're gonna get paid this, you're gonna get paid this date, and next minute you know is a month behind and 2 months behind. Then now it's like, yo, bro, what's up? Like, you keep coming laughing in my face, but not handling not being on your word type stuff.
A lot of people gotta understand that though. Like, business, it ain't about being nobody, being a man of their word.
Right.
People doing what's best for them in business, and we gotta learn that. I feel like that around here, like, we learn that the hard way, because people from around here are so good at sports or good at rapping, good at whatever they do, to whereas when they get in a situation where some money come involved, they just think that, oh, I'm supposed to get this, I'm supposed to get that, but it's just like, nah, it don't work like that in the business. So for you to learn that, and you feel me, telling the people, that's tough. So what pushes you every day, man? Like Like, what is it? Is it self-motivation? Is it somebody? Like, what's pushing you to keep going? Like, cause I know a lot of people that if they were in your shoes, they probably would have gave up by now.
Right. I just say it's more so self-motivation, and just want a different lifestyle than my parents and a lot of my families have. Like, yeah,
Just trying to change it.
Trying to change the narrative of our family and trying to do better for my family when I have one.
Real rap. And I feel like extremely, because it's just like we come from families where a lot of stuff put on us rather than like people don't even know us, but just because who our families is, people will put this image on you or this narrative on you, and it's just like we ain't even we done seen our family go through that. That don't get us excited. Like stuff like that like don't get us excited. So I definitely feel you on that. So it's a lot of kids that watch you. It's a lot of kids that seen you play at the high. It's a lot of kids that still watching you play overseas, paying attention to how you move, and got the same goals as you. What would you tell them, man? How would you tell them to stay focused and keep doing what they do? How would you tell them, like, in your words?
I'll just say, have faith in yourself, and like always hold yourself accountable, and don't like when times get hard, just keep pushing. Like, stay motivated. Try to limit the outside distractions. And yeah, that's all I
definitely feel that. So this is episode 32 with Richard Granberry. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Keep tuning in, keep subscribing, and you feel me? Let us know how you feel about his story. If you got any comments or questions, hit us up. Appreciate y'all.